Hello dear friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, in this video, we will see many games from different tournaments. Yes, I want to start with American Cup. First of all, among the players, among the participants, we are having Hikaru Nakamura, Abhimanyu Mishra, Fabiano Caruana, Ray Robson, Levon Aronian, Sam Sevian, Wesley So, Lenier Dominguez. And it's a knockout tournament, as I know. And yesterday we had the first round, and today they will play the second round, second games. I want to start with this game between Hikaru Nakamura and Mishra Abhimanyu. And what is better? No doubts. Hikaru played rook b7. Maybe he didn't like allowing opponent to get the king on f6. But this is what engines are showing, and this is surprisingly or not completely winning for white. You do have some rook a3. I'm just playing king e2. You do have rook a2, but I'm just playing rook h8. And if, for example, you play this, then just rook h8. Let's say my ideas are to play h7 and then to play rook e8. At the moment, I'm also threatening rook f8. Let's say you go this, I'm just playing h7. I'm threatening to play this rook f8 and then h8. If you go king g7, I'm just going here. If king h7, rook e6, and if rook h7, rook e7, rook h7, and king c3, pawn endgame is lost. Definitely Hikaru did not like something here, and that's why he played rook b7. Yes, but engines are showing that this position is winning for white. So he went rook b7 and now rook a2. Very good move, attacking the pawn on f2. If you go f3, then some rook h2 ideas are there. This, king g8, takes, check this, and now very important king f6, and now g5. We can see that players are having very little time, and here king f6 looks great, and the only move to make a draw. Abhimanyu Mishra played rook a2, and this position is again winning for white, but Hikaru, with close to 4 minutes on clock, he did not play this d5 move, which wins the game. He played e4 and now takes, and king here. And now only move rook a4, stopping king c4, but Abhimanyu Mishra managed to play it, despite having only 35 seconds. And now king f6 only move, and now king f7 only move, otherwise d6 finishes the game. Yes, and they started repeating the moves, game ended in a draw. So Hikaru had at least twice very good chances, one if he would play rook b8 and rook b7, and the second if he would just play d5 instead of I think it was e4. Another game we are having between So Wesley and Lenier Dominguez. So this is very known theoretical position. Different moves are possible, including bishop f8. I like bishop f8 and I recommend very much bishop f8. Here Lenier went a6, no doubts. It was his prep. a3, bishop d6, h3, bishop d7, rook d1, h6. White doesn't play bishop e2 or bishop d3. Waits black to take on c4 and get the bishop on c4 in one go. Black also makes some waiting moves like h6, bishop d7, waiting white to move the bishop and only then capture on c4. And eventually here c5, bishop f8, black is threatening e5, knight e5, takes, knight e4. No doubts, this was Linier's trap. At least he knew this idea. So takes, and if you take queen e4, bishop c6 is coming, black is very active. So bishop a5, interesting move by Wesley So, and queen c8. Again, we can see that Linier spent only 6 minutes. Yeah, usually he's well prepared. And now if queen takes e4 again, bishop c6 is coming. So g4 this, rook d8, very classy move with the ideas to go rook d5. So takes, bishop c5 here. If you don't take queen b7, then you might face some small problems later on. But I don't think any real problems. So Wesley decided to just force trade off almost all pieces, all pawns. Takes, queen c7, takes, short castle. Takes rook a1, bishop e7, nice move, and bishop h4. Black is taking back. And now f5, check rook f8, and now another concrete move. Not the only one, but of course. And now f takes here, rook c7 takes and e7, and now e7, and now e8. Game ended in a draw. Levon Aronian was facing Sam Sebian, and in this position, knight takes e5, very beautiful tactical idea. If you take bishop e2, knight c6 is working. If you take d takes e, bishop g4 is coming. So knight takes e5, d4, and bishop e2, knight takes e2. White is threatening d takes c, mainly knight takes and queen c2. White has some pressure, but Sam Sevian, with the precise play, managed to neutralize all the pressure. So this takes short castle. Simply nothing. C takes d5, queen d5 is coming. Levon Aronian tried b3, rook e8, knight f4, and here queen f6 was also working, but quite difficult to see some knight d5, knight f3, king h1, queen g6. So that's why this, simply nothing. Knight h5. In this position, knight f6 is coming. So this, and slowly players traded the pieces, and game ended in a draw. Yes, Fabiano Caruana was facing Ray Robson, and I like this idea by Fabiano. He was well prepared as always with this queen a4 and knight c3 idea. Here short castle is possible. Ray Robson played d4. We can already see that Ray spent close to 50 minutes. 95. Here short castle is working. Bishop d7 is also working. Yes. If you don't do anything concrete, slowly white will start attacking your c5 and c6 pawns. But black is ahead in development. Black can try maybe pushing e pawn. Again, different moves are possible, but Ray Robson didn't play the strongest. He allowed Fabi to take this pawn on c6, and white is better. And already here we can see, for example, that white is having 1 hour 15 minutes, black is having only 8 minutes. And computer likes some moves like knight f2, Fabi went the other side. Has 1 hour for 4 minutes. Not much. And Ray Robson plays and defends very precisely. Yes, e4 not the strongest, but maybe very practical decision by Fabi. Black does not have any problems, and eventually here, with 42 minutes against 40 seconds, Fabi decided to play this f4. So takes this, and king e7 would have been stronger. And hard to explain this rook takes b3. No doubts Ray Robson saw that rook b3, queen b3, queen d7 tactical idea is there. But from the other point of view, you don't sacrifice your exchange in such a position. So he took this, and this was winning position for Fabi, or at least a huge advantage. If he would play rook b2, he played this, and still game goes on. Later on, Fabi got another opportunity here if he would play queen g4, but he played this, and later on he simply did not get any hopes. And game ended in a draw. You cannot really play king e3 or king e1 because always queen e6 check is coming. Yes, about women's tournament, and we had Carissa Yip against Talia Cervantes, and Carissa started the game with first move knight b1 to c3. She got some advantage, but later on played some bad moves, some wrong moves, and got very unpleasant, close to lost position. And here we can see that with 1 minute and 38 seconds, Talia Cervantes had mate in 4, which is not very hard. Queen e5. If you go king f2, then queen e2, and here queen f1 checkmate is coming. Of course, queen e3 you don't consider seriously, and if bishop e4, queen takes e4. So she didn't see this. She played bishop d5, and here queen d2, white is better, and Carissa Yip won the game without much problems. And she really played a very good game. This, and now d5 takes, king c1, and now very classy c3, and this is just lost. And after some moves, Talia Cervantes resigned. The other game we are having, Anna Zatonskih against Tatev Abrahamian. From the very start, Tatev got very decent position, equalized easily, and even slowly started outplaying Anna Zatonskih, and was close to getting completely winning position. And here, if she would play queen takes g3, which is not very hard tactical idea for Tatev, king takes, knight takes e4, and knight is taking back on d6. Black is having 2 extra pawns after knight takes e5 at some point, but she didn't play queen g3. Most likely she didn't see it. So bishop c4 takes, bishop f1, knight h4, but here, you know, king g8 or king h7 is not the easiest moves to find and to play. So takes queen e2, but now white is slowly getting some hopes. Yes, takes, queen e5, and this position is not winning, just better for black, and Anna Zatonskih managed to save this position. Yes, knight g4, and now g5, otherwise you are in trouble. And slowly game ended in a draw. Yes, we are having this game between Irina Prash and Atusa Turkashian. I apologize if I am pronouncing names and surnames wrongly. Here the best move is to play bishop d7. d5 ideas are not really working because takes. Let's say you take with the knight. I'm just taking with the knight. I'm taking, and here bishop g4. Very important move, otherwise black is just lost. Bishop g4, knight g4, queen g4. I'm taking queen d5. If you go queen d3 or any other square, I do have this idea, queen d5 and then rook a d8. So this, I don't like this move because it allows rook d3. Yes, and rook g3, rook h3 ideas are there. So it was this, rook g3, bishop d3, rook h3, threatening some bishop h7, bishop h6, rook f3, rook d1. Yes. Now d5 move is possible, some other moves are possible, knight e4. Yes, here rook f7 is possible. Now white is threatening queen e5 and rook f7. Best move, but this endgame is just lost. Now f3. Rook b3, h4, stopping g5 ideas, and now king is coming, and eventually g4. Again, activating the rook. Yes, this is enough. Atusa Purkashian played another 10 moves, 10-15 moves, and eventually resigned. Yes, we have another game, Alice Lee against Nazip Aikidze, Catalan, and this position is considered slightly preferable for white, even maybe better for white. And the main idea for black is to play c5. And surprisingly, in this position, Nazip Aikidze didn't play c5, which is the most straightforward idea for black. Bishop d6, bishop g5, and knight d8. Honestly speaking, I never seen any knight d8 ideas. And now c5, and knight d7 is also working, but knight c4, very classy move. Takes, and bishop e7, bishop takes, and rook c1. Seems like black is having some compensation. 2 pawns for the missing exchange, but it's not enough because of bishop on b7 completely restricted out of the game. And now queen c5 takes. Later on, black managed to trade this d pawn with b pawn, but it was not enough to save the game. Yes, if black will manage to trade a pawns, black is having very good chances to save the game, but unfortunately it's impossible. Yes, king g2, very classy move, stopping h3 ideas. Yes, here rook g4, no need for rook g4, rook c7 was also there. Maybe she was afraid of some knight e3 ideas. This here, black could start with h takes g maybe. h3 takes, rook c3. And white is just pushing the pawn.